Sir, thank you for allowing this discussion under extraordinary circumstances that we are witnessing in the city of Chennai as well as other coastal districts of Tamil Nadu, Andhra and Puducherry. Sir, this is not the first time that Tamil Nadu has been subjected to such a big disaster. 11 years ago, we had the tsunami hitting the shores of Tamil Nadu, and the coastal districts of Tamil Nadu were really badly affected. Now we have, we've been having rains the entire month, last month, and for more than 15 days there's been unrelenting rain. The rains have been insistent, they haven't stopped. The houses have been flooded, and the streets of Chennai are flooded. Just not Chennai, Tiruvallur, Kanjipuram, Tanjavur, Nagapatnam, and Tiruvallur, Tiruvarur, Kadalur has been one of the worst affected. Every rains, Kadalur is affected, and this time it has been very badly affected. And there are what worries all of us is that our predictions that rain is not going to stop now, and for 4 more days they're predicting that the rains will continue. The airports are closed. There's no way to reach Chennai. Nothing. The trains have been stopped. The buses have been stopped. There's no way for cars or vehicles to move in the streets of Chennai. The only thing which works at times is the metro rail. Other than that, there's no way to reach from one place to another in Chennai. As the minister said, even to go to the next house, you need help. You need a boat, or you need the army or the navy or the air force to come and help. There are so many NGOs. There are willing people to donate food, to reach out to people to who want to go and rescue people who are marooned. But there's no way to even step out of your homes to go and reach and help. Areas like Vandalur, Mudichur, Tambaram, everything is underwater. And it is just not a few feet of water. Sometimes it is even to the second floor, the first floor, second floor of houses and housing estates and flats are underwater. And it is true that you have to bring in boats. That's the only way to reach people. Like you see on television, people are actually, they've moved up to the terraces of their house. They're sitting in the rain, in the terrace, under the rain. And in many areas, people are, you can see people sitting on the walls, because if you get down, it is dangerous. On television, we just saw a person who was walking on the street, was just, it's not even the river, the water flow is just taking the person away, and he's trying to swim across the current. All the bridges are overflowing, and IT parks and industries, people can't go to work, and all the industries, the IT parks, everything is under. Newspapers are not able to come out. Even television studios are underwater. So this is the situation, and you can think of the slum areas where people are living in huts. Their situation, it is really bad. They have no homes now even to go back to. They've been moved from their homes to schools and other relief areas, but they have no homes to go back to. Their lifetime earning has been washed away by the floods and water. The students haven't gone back to school for more than 15-16 days. All their books, everything has been taken away and washed away by the floods. And more than, the government estimates are around 188 to 200, but it is believed that more people have died. Nearly around 250 people have died because of these rains and floods. It's unprecedented. And so people have been displaced, lakhs of people have been displaced from their homes. And the economic impact has been enormous, with the manufacturing units and small and medium enterprises and even traders are being affected. And agriculture around Chennai, Kanjipuram districts, Kadalur, Nagai and Tanjavur district, Tiruvarur, agriculture has been affected, and the crops have been devastated. to an unbelievable extent. We have not been able to really estimate what it is. Cattle have been washed away, and so, they've died in the rains, and there's no way to save them. Sir, I really understand that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister have reached out to the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister. They have spoken to her and promised all measures. And I really like to commend that the Army, Air Force, the Navy, and the work the NDRF is doing. It's remarkable. Without them, even the few citizens who've been rescued could not have been, because it's not possible for a person who's not been well trained to even walk in these waters. It's so bad. There are videos of parents trying to save their children. They're walking in the water is going above the heads of the parents, and there are drums, and they've made the children sit on the drums, and the drums are floating in the water, and they're pushing those drums and trying to get the rescue and bring the children. They're pregnant women. Hospitals have been flooded. The government hospitals, private hospitals have been flooded. There's no power over there, and it's difficult to shift the patients because of the water and the streets. It's impossible to shift the patients. Pregnant women have delivered in terraces. It's such a bad situation, and it's really commendable that the government is supporting the Tamil Nadu government to this extent, but we need much more, because the situation is so grave. The help which has come is definitely not enough. People are marooned all over, just not Chennai. The districts around Chennai have been really badly affected. Like I said, areas like Mudichur and Tambaram are entirely underwater. People have to be rescued. The water levels are rising and the rains are not stopping. The reservoirs have to be opened. All the tanks, everything is overflowing. The Adayar River, none of us have ever seen the river flowing. Now it is overflowing above the bridge. So it's such a grave situation, and we need more forces. I understand that the planes were all in Tirupati. Now the Tirupati airport also has to be closed because of the rains. We were hoping that the planes will come and drop food packets in Chennai and the surrounding districts. Now again, that has become a problem. So we need much more help from the central government immediately, because people are suffering by the day, by the hour. So much more forces have to be sent, more resources have to be sent. Because, as I said, like, people are willing to help, people want to help, but there's no possibility, even food. There are so many people who want to donate food and reach out to those people, but there's no way to take the food from one place to another. That is the situation over there. The central government should declare this as a national disaster. Like our colleagues here, like our senior member Churi and our LOP also said that MP lads have to be, will be given as by all the MPs. I think this has to be declared as a national disaster, and all relief, rescue and rehabilitation measures should be taken at the earliest. The state government's initial announcement of 500 crores towards relief and rehabilitation has not been sufficient. Looking at the damages that have been caused by the recent floods, the state government has pegged the damages caused by the torrential rains at rupees 8,481 crores. The central government has sanctioned only 839 crores initially. It is necessary that the central government has to release more funds immediately to help tide over the situation. Sir, after, hopefully the rains will recede and the waters will recede soon, but after that there is the danger of health hazards, outbreak of waterborne diseases. I think we have to start preparing for that, and we have health camps, and the central government has to help the state government to deal with such situations, because it is really a worrying situation, because the entire city and districts around it are flooded now, and once the water recedes, there will be an outbreak of many epidemics, and that situation has to be dealt with. And in Kadalur districts alone, more than 50 people have died because of these rains and subsequent floods. Sir, I just, every story you hear, every situation you come across is really saddening, it is really frightening and scary. In a newspaper, a reporter had written about his visit to a village in Kadalur. He says that once he goes to this village and he's heard about an entire family being washed away in the flood. So he goes to this bank of the river and he talks to people over there. And he's asking what happened. And so she says, there's a mother and 4 children, and there are visitors who've come to visit her with 4 children. She says the mother is a very hardworking person, and her dreams was to educate these 4 people, lift them from this situation, educate them and give them a better life. She worked so hard for this. And nearly 6 or 7 people in that family were there. Suddenly the river started flooding and the waters rose. And just a few minutes and there was nothing left on the other shore. The entire family, and then the reporter says, like, now, after this incident, when he looks there at the other bank, there's nothing. There's not even a trace of a family being there, and there's not a trace of a house being there. The entire family, the mother, the 4 children, and all the visitors who had come to see her have been washed away, and there was just one notebook of one of the children, which was caught in a branch of the tree, which was there. This is just not the story of one person. It's a story of so many people. This is the sad situation which Tamil Nadu and other areas are facing. And sir, I really think this is not like even the media, they try to probe and ask us questions about what should the Tamil Nadu government have done. Have they failed? Do you think they failed? I really don't think that this is the time for us to be raising questions like that. I think we all should stand together, reach out to the people and make sure that people are rescued, and whatever measures, whatever help we can reach out to them, have to reach them now. Our leader, Dr. Kalaignar, has said that the DMK government will wholeheartedly support the Tamil Nadu. Sir? Yeah.
You are not yet in government.
Sorry. Thank you for that. It's a very promising thing. Our leader, Dr. Kalaignar. Huh? 10 more years will be in the government. Thank you. So, our leader, Dr. Kalaignar of the DMK party, has said that the DMK will give wholehearted support to the Tamil Nadu government in this time of need, and he has also said that we've pressed all our cadres to help in the respective areas. We've given out, the DMK has given out helpline numbers, and we've asked people to call if they need help, and all our district headquarters and secretaries have been asked to help people in need, and our cadres are in the field helping out, working along with the government agencies to rescue people and to make sure that they get food and whatever they need. So, I also request the central government to send another high-level delegation to assess the extent of the damages caused by the recent spell of rains and revise its relief measures. It is important that all agencies of the Centre work in tandem with the state government to carry out immediate rescue and relief efforts. Once the rails relent, the central agencies such as Ministry of Health must carry out special medical camps and aid in the spread of stopping the spread of epidemics. Similarly, thousands of kilometers of roads and highways have been destroyed, and the centre should provide special aid to repair these roads, which serve as the lifeline for the people of the state. So finally, this is the time to show the people of Tamil Nadu that the political parties are united in this hour. I suggest that in the spirit of cooperation and collaboration, as suggested by my leader, Dr. Kalaignar Karunanidhi, that an all-party parliamentary delegation visit the most affected areas and report back to the Parliament with recommendations to the central government. Thank you, sir.
Lot of people, lot of Sikhs, 3,000 Sikhs in New Delhi and 8,000 more in 40 cities throughout India were massacred. The cries of the family members and their mourning can still be heard. But these lives got lost in the midst of time.